All right. I actually don't know how I'm editing this, but maybe welcome to the start of this vlog. You might have seen some travel footage before this, but I am out of town at my mom's place for the week, and I figured I would do a little holiday vlog, mainly show you guys stuff we do like decorating Christmas cookies, the tree, show you like me being pumped about Encanto, I don't know, any of those things. But also I am reading this week, so doing a little reading vlog since I won't have my Friday reads. It seemed like the thing to do. So I've been reading Bitter Twins, as you will either see in future clips or have already seen. Editing me knows I do not. And I started this trip like way over here, and it's been like 2 days and I'm way over here. I got to read like 200 pages of this in the car, which was fantastic. Ryan was amazing and like drove the whole way. And I was just in a reading mood because I haven't really last week gotten a chance to sit down and read. I was actually like kind of in a, not a reading slump. I was actually reading audiobooks, but I was working on getting things done. It was mostly audiobook time. I really didn't have time to sit down and sink into a book without being distracted. So being able to do that in the car was so good. And this book, I'm so stressed all the time. I have like less than 100 pages left, so I'm planning to finish this today. It's the second book in the Winnowing Flames series. We have a buddy read going on in the Discord, which it's not too late. You can join in. We spoiler shield everything we say for chapters, so you can like click on things and see who has similar thoughts or different theories to you as you read along. It's been so fun. This is such a really wonderful, like, high stakes fantasy series that's also pretty easy to read, with like familiar yet different characters to latch onto and root for and be frustrated by. I'm having such a good time. I cannot wait to finish filming this, to try and finish this book. And then I don't have it with me, but over there I have The Mask of Mirrors, which is my next book to read for the week. So it's just been nice to have like really good escapism fantasy to have on hand to read, and it's such a good time. I'm so frustrated by one of the characters in this book, and I'm so scared for so many characters. And it is a really cool like world building in that it is very genre blendy, is what I will say. Like, I mean, everyone says that, but it for sure is that. So it's early in the week. I will also be showing some board game footage. We got to play a couple games last night, and I'm sure we'll play a few more tonight. It's just going to be a week of reading games and getting ready for the holidays and, you know, having Thanksgiving. It's going to be so fun. So hopefully you enjoy this vlog and it makes you feel cozy and ready for the holiday season. I actually have a moment to film because no one's here for a second. This is not going to continue, but I'm going to quickly do that. There is someone doing yard work outside. If you hear that, I apologize. I finished The Bitter Twins yesterday. My heart rate has not been so elevated in a book in a long time, and I wish I have the third book with me, but it's back home. Oh, it was so good. it was so high stakes, so fun, so stressful, and like the way I like to be stressed while I read. Yeah, I have already opened up the Poison Song thing, although by the time you're seeing this, it's already December anyways, but such a good series. It took me a while to get into it, but I think that was more my reading place of mind. Once I started reading this, like on Saturday when I was driving, couldn't put it down, had been reading like 50 to 150 pages a day. So solid. But it does help, since I don't have the Poison Song, that I do have The Mask of Mirrors, which I've started my reread this morning. I actually made a chat on my Discord because I'm like, I just need a place to gush about all my things because I'm meeting characters again, and it's so much fun. So I'm really only 50 pages in. I love reading from this copy. I had an ARC last time, so I didn't have a physical copy, and like this is one of those Orbit books that has like huge font, similar to the Jasmine Throne, if you have a copy of that, and I love it. It's so floppy, really big font, like, so although they're big pages, they actually still read probably a similar time frame as like these pages, although this is kind of pretty big font too. I really like this book's size. So I'm on chapter 3, and we're about to do a thing that I'm really excited about. But so there's a bunch of characters in these books, and I get to meet them for the first time again. Ren, I still really love her. She's one of my favorite con artist characters that you ever get in a book. Just because, like, she really does feel resourceful. And when you're in her head, you really believe that she's trying to play a role. Because in this book, she's playing the role of a very rich woman trying to ingratiate herself into this family to take advantage of their wealth, although cons on her because this family's actually quite poor and she doesn't really know it. And we have Gray, who is... So this land has been conquered. So it has native people and it has colonists, and then you have the mixed people. So you have like a lot of different people. There's the name of the land, and then there's the name of the like original native people, and then you have the name of the countries that are like in charge of this independent city-state. And so Gray is part of the police force here, and he is kind of what people think of as a Slipknot or a turncoat because he is trying so hard to fit in. And on my first read, I liked him, but I didn't love him, but I'm already liking him so much more on this reread. I think I forgot how attractive he is, although everyone in this book is absurdly attractive for some reason. But also just like the struggles he's going through, and like part of it's just like he has a job to do, and sometimes just the politics of the situation are so annoying. And so like there's partially that, but also, I don't know, I think I'm just more connected to him on this reread. And then I met Vargo, which if you've watched any of my book tags, I love Vargo. And so that first meeting happened, and this time I noticed some descriptions about him that I missed on the first time. So like, I love Vargo. I love him so much. So everything's been great. I just love all the character interactions, the politics, just everything makes sense. All the character interactions make sense. I love the politics, how like it's so rich people problems like all the time. And I'm excited because I do have the hindsight of knowing what is to come and a lot of the twists and the reveals, like a large part of the fun of reading this book, and I will not spoil it whatsoever in this video though, is that there's a character called the Rook. He's a masked avenger, and you spend so much of the book being like, who is this? Because the idea is that because of imbued clothing and masks, it can really hide anything. You could be a man, woman, like tall, short, like there's a lot of things that can be hidden. So even though it might appear that this person is a man, and although the book sets it up that it could be this person or this person, you spend so much of the book guessing who's this person? Who's the Rook? I think it's this one. Like, and that's so much fun. And on reread, it's so much fun knowing the answer and then just being like, this is cool in hindsight. So I'm having a blast. I'm having so much fun. It gives me the nice warm, I'm reading such a good book. I'm with these characters I love. So it's just, if you want to buddy read, I know I'll probably have this finished by the time I have this posted maybe, but I always make sure spoilers are well covered in the Discord and you can see my thoughts as I go or as other people go. I'll probably also have a channel up for when The Liar's Knot comes out because this is a book that brings me so much joy. And that is why I read. So those are the reading things that have been happening. I'm also currently trying to block a sweater I started making last year. That's an experience. Mainly I just don't have a lot of space in my apartment. I bought blocking boards. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm used to working with really cheap yarn. This is my first time working with wool, so I'm trying to do it right. But it's also stressful because I don't know what right looks like, and no one in my family has a lot of experience with it, so fingers crossed. We're making an apple pie just for fun today because it's not quite Thanksgiving yet. And tonight I see Encanto. It's gonna be so fun. And I get to go with my family and two of my friends, and I'm so excited for, like, it looks like it's gonna be such a classic tropey film of like, there's magic in this house and suddenly the magic is disappearing. What? How do we save the day? Our non-magical sister will help save the day. Like, I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. I'm ready. So, yeah. Oh, and Mom bought so much candy for the movie theaters because my mom is big on not spending money on overpriced candy. I just do it anyways because everything's overpriced in Boston, but we have so much dollar store candy to sneak in. It's gonna be great. anyway, it's time to end the vlog. I am back in Boston, and this sweater that I'm wearing, you've seen the clips, it's finished. I'm so proud of it. Like, I'm so proud. It's a little bigger than I planned. Like, it goes past my butt, which I kind of was hoping it would land like at my butt, but that's okay. I can live with that. Like, look at it. Look how cool this is. And it fits. I made this collar. So, very productive break. Before I went on break, I finished a sweater for my friend. I can't show you a picture of her in it because I don't want to put her on the internet like that, but I'll put an image of the sweater on its own, but it looks really cute on her. It's like a crop top sort of thing. It's exactly what she wanted. And then I finished knitting this like last March, like all the pieces, and then I finally blocked it as you saw in the videos and sewed it, and now I have a sweater. And I have already bought yarn and picked out my next pattern, which is still gonna have cables, because apparently I love cables. Like, I don't know, they're so fun. Like, I don't know, I like a challenge in my patterns. But anyways, so that's a bunch of yarn stuff that happened. You probably saw the cookies and the tree and all that stuff, so lots of holiday things happened. Back in Boston today, we're gonna get our tree for this place, but that's not happening in time for this vlog to go up. And I have some reading plans, so I'm still getting back into work, and so tomorrow's like my first full work day. So today I have time to maybe finish some things, because right now it's the 29th of November. So I have 2 days to maybe finish 2 things, and it'll be a stretch, but I think I can do it. So I'm going to show you how far I am in each of them, and you will see on Friday in the wrap up if it happened. So first up, my reread of The Mask of Mirrors is going fantastically. I've just been gushing nonstop in my Discord. I love this even more this time around. I'm this far right now, so I have the ending to go, which was the weakest for me. But there's just so much I'm loving more. I think I like Ren so much more this time through. Ren's the main character, and there's just so much relatable about her situation, how she responds to the cons she puts into place, how she pivots, why she does what she does. Oh, I love Ren. I love Tess. Still love Vargo. As I said in an earlier clip, I'm liking Grey more. It's just so good. It's everything I want from fantasy. Like, everyone's decisions make sense and are real. This world is fantastical and full of magic, and some of the best dream sequences I've ever read. So this has dream magic in it, like I've said previously. And normally I'm hit or miss on dream magic, because dreams can be so ethereal, and that still happens here. Like, it follows dream logic, how you go from one place to the other, and there's definitely prophecies involved, but like, it's a really good blend of like, I kind of get what's happening, I get it, I get the hand waving, but also it has that mystical quality of dreams. So I love how the magic's done. I love the political situation, the economical situation. I love all of that. It's just so good. It's so good. So I have only like 100 some pages left. How many? I'm on page 450 and there's 630. So someone do quickie maths. I'll put a number here. And so this is probably my priority because I'm having fun reading it. But I've been reading this anthology for a while, and I didn't really read any stories while I was on vacation, because I spent most of my vacation time apparently working on a sweater and listening to Braiding Sweetgrass, which I am going to be on Jess Owens live for that. And I think I mentioned that briefly in the TBR on Monday, and it's really good. But this is not about Braiding Sweetgrass. I'll talk about that in like a Friday's Reads and on Jess's live show. That's been really fun to listen to while like making something. But I'm on page 2020, so this far of this collection. So there's 120 pages left. I don't know how many stories, but maybe I can get it done. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stories. So if I did 3 stories a day, I could have it done. And it'd be really cool to have these both done and have like my TBR sort of fresh going into the month and with my thesis and all of that. But yeah, I'm just so proud of my sweater. This is the most quality thing I have ever created for myself. This is made of actual wool. It's not like acrylic. Not that there's anything wrong with acrylic, but like something I have learned that you really don't learn until you work with wool is like, this is super water resistant. Like, when you are working with knits, you're supposed to, with fiber yarn, so non-acrylic, kind of block it, which is where you set it into a certain shape and size parameters, and you do that by getting it wet and allowing the yarn to relax or something. I don't know. There is science involved, but I'm not aware of it. And when I kept trying to get this wet, it kept not wanting to get wet. So like now I understand why people who like farm and fish and do stuff in the winter, they wear wool. It's really resistant. So my next project's going to be a wool alpaca mix for a cardigan, I think. So yeah, do I have time to work on a knitting project and read my entire TBR and work on my thesis? No, I don't. But it brings me joy, so we're gonna try it. But that's it for this one. Hopefully you had fun. It was good, like, seasonal time. I love getting ready for the holidays with my family. It's one of my favorite things. Like, I love decorating the tree. I love making cookies. My friends come over and help. My fiance helped put ornaments on the tree. Like, it was perfect. It was a great time. There was, like, a rambunctious 10-month-old puppy at Thanksgiving dinner. It was just a good, wholesome time and a really good break before I'm now in like focus mode. Let me know what you like to do this time of year, even if you don't celebrate the holidays, you know, like normally this is like the end of the school year. Like December is a thing, I feel, for most people. For me, it's my favorite month because that's my birthday and Christmas. So I'm basic like that. And if you want to leave an emoji, ooh, is there a deer emoji? We had a lot of deer in my backyard while I was home. If not, leave like a holiday emoji. It can be a Christmas tree, it can be cookies, it can be lights, it can be a deer if you find a deer. We literally had like 5 deer in my backyard, which is not abnormal. That's like very normal. What I thought was weird is my mom had more blue jays than normal. But anyways, I'm gonna keep rambling. I'm gonna stop. But like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.